Hello everyone, this is the Angry Casual Gamer here, and today I bring you Streets of Rage 4. Now, Streets of Rage is a classic beat 'em up from the Sega Mega Drive or Sega Genesis, if you are in the United States of America. And it's a very good beat 'em up, a very well-known beat 'em up. I mean, the previous three, they're actually classics. I played them when I was young, Mega Drive, so this really brings back some memories. I played it in a Mega Drive, because I'm European. The looks of the game, are pretty modern. The characters and backgrounds are all hand-drawn, but the playability and the feeling, it's still the same, So it actually feels like Streets of Rage playing Streets of Rage 4. I'm going through the options in here a little bit just to show a few things. You actually get some fighting tips, to start playing and understand the game, because you have some new mechanics. I'll show them as I play. You will unlock things as you progress in the game. You have the story mode, an arcade mode that you only have 1 credit to play as far as you can. You have a battle mode. You can play with other people, kind of versus one-on-one. Still a beat 'em up. I'm going through the options, showing you guys a little bit what you can expect for the PC version, as this is the PC version. And, I'm playing it the old way, with a nice retro bit controller. This retro bit controller is actually for the Sega Saturn. It's Sega licensed. I'm checking out some of the moves before I start the main story mode. It still feels like Streets of Rage. You can still do the grab and jumping thing around, and throw them, of course. I'm here trying different throws. I really like Alex. He still has that, 80s, final of the 80s, beginning of the 90s feeling, with the denim jacket and this shirt around his waist. This is his special move. You actually have 3 different kinds of special moves. This is another one, done from the air. The other was the offensive one. You see a defensive one. And this is a super. You actually get supers in this game. Grabbing objects has a dedicated button. You can grab the objects and throw them. To get your food, you actually have to use that same button. You will no longer use the fire button. And she's finished. So let's go to the main story mode and check it out, see how it is. Normal mode, I will only play myself, single player, alone. These are some of the characters that you have available. Further down the road you'll have more characters. You can actually also choose them, how they looked and played before, all pixelated and stuff. Some people, didn't like the fact that this is hand-drawn. It looks a little bit like Comic Zone, but I like to think that back in the time when they made Streets of Rage, the previous games, they were going a little bit for the drawn thing. Of course, with the sprites were all pixelated. That's how things were back then. So this is actually some years later. Alex is older now. Yes, this beard. These are the characters. The chick with the guitar is actually the daughter of one of the previous main characters from one of the previous games. So These guys are vigilantes. They're going through the streets, you know, beating up the trash guys. Not, you know. It still feels like Streets of Rage. I just played this. The mechanics are all there. It's all the same. Even the enemies, they look like the previous ones. These guys with the mohawk and the yellow jacket. There's always a lot of trash cans around for you to beat up. As you can see, there's a life bar on top with the name of your character, how many life bars you have, how many points you actually did, and there's a star. That star, it's the amount of times you can do the new super. You can actually do combos now, and the more you hit the enemies, the more points you'll get. Due to that dedicated grabbing button, when you grab, for example, a knife, you can keep it as long as you want, or you can throw it right away. This is special. It's the game warning us that if we do the special and hit the guys, we will also lose a little bit of life. Super damage, you know, because of the combos. Jumping here, you know, you have to be a little careful, because when you jump to your enemies and you don't kick right away, they will be able to hit you. So if you use the kicks, I advise you to jump and kick right away. The chickens and apples that you get throughout the game to restore your health, you can configure them. Actually, I showed it before. You can choose other stuff. Instead of, you know, a chicken, you can choose a pizza or a salad or something. It's actually funny. So, one more trash can. I just have the trash can. You know, the grabbing button, I think there was no need to introduce a grabbing button. Just complicated things a little bit, but you know, you actually have two ways of controlling this. When you're configuring your controller, you can choose it, you know, to play it the old way with a 3-button gamepad. I'm playing it the new way because my gamepad has, you know, all these buttons. But what's curious is that this game, it actually doesn't recognize the shoulder buttons. It only recognizes these buttons. Okay, so a little pause there. But this gamepad is really good. You can play this in so many systems, including the original Sega Saturn and also the Mini Mega Drive or Mini Genesis. I can't stress enough, this is one of my best buys, you know, to play. This controller is really good, really of a good quality. Probably I'll do a small review of it. It's not very expensive, but it's not, you know, one of the cheapest. It's a quality controller. It's wireless, 2.4 GHz. And it just feels nice like the original, you know. I love fighting games and beat 'em ups, so having 6 buttons here on the face of the controller, it's actually pretty good. This is one part of the level that I would like to bring your attention. You have this car here. You can actually beat up the car and you'll get an extra star, so you get an extra super. All the neon, you know, you feel it's like the 80s, end of the 80s, beginning of the 90s. So much denim. I'm looking at Alex, you know, and he's dressed like the typical thrash metal guy from the 80s, you know, with his sneakers, denim pants, denim jacket. I really like this, it really brings a lot of memories. This is a sub-boss, it's not the main boss. It's kind of robotic. He does this thing and I'm trying to get away from him, but I can't. You know, I think he will hit me again with that move, but eventually I will be able to dodge from it. You have to go up or down in order to be able to dodge it, so it doesn't hit you. Here goes the super. Well, this is the second time he hits me with that move, so I'm learning. Look, now I'm going up, it doesn't hit me. I believe some guy said that you have different endings, so this game really has a lot of playability. You need to reach the end with all other characters to see all the endings. Careful with this will shock you. This kind of reminds me of Final Fight, you know, that level with the fire coming from the ground. But that level was really cheap. It was designed to take all your quarters on the arcades. In here it's much more balanced. One more star for that extra super, but the star is really on top of the electricity, so I get shocked. Special done from the air. I really think these guys with their hands in their pockets are really funny. Will I grab the pipe? Oh, nope. I just want to punch them real hard. In a short while you will see the main boss. I think the backgrounds are really nice, really well drawn. You really get a feeling that you are in a dangerous part of the town. Oh, this part is cool. So you have to get in the subway, and the way you see your character and your enemies is only through the windows. Yeah, it's really nice. So, time to go forward. So, now it's the boss. Now it's the main boss. She has this snake with electricity. I know it sounds ridiculous, but hey, it's a beat 'em up. It's a game, so. She has some armor when she's doing that special thing with the shocking snake. She will hit me sometimes with it, of course. She's not that difficult. You really start to get her moves pretty soon and start to understand her and how you should attack her and when you should wait, you know, and just run away. The thing is, in a while there will be some minions coming, and that will actually what will make it a little bit more difficult. So notice I did a special there and she continued to do her move. This is kinda like her super, so now it's my time to do the super. Notice that she doesn't stop doing her move. Ah, she still got me. What's up with the roads? What's that? Some kind of throne with horns on the top right side? Yeah, you know that there's always minions coming, and you have to pay close attention to the minions and to her. I know I'm trying not to lose my life here. I have 3 lives, 3 health bars, but I will actually lose one. I'm trying not to, but I will. Right at the end. And you know, a little childishly, I think. Just trying to get her. She still has a little bit of energy. I'm waiting, you know, grabbing her, taking my time. But that move was fastened in had armor, so I really didn't stand a chance. But I'll get her. Almost done, it's now, okay. Yeah, sure. So, this is stage 1. We'll now see kind of an animation. Not really, it's just, you know, some slides and written dialogue. Alex and his teammates are looking for the people responsible for all the chaos caused in the city. She actually knows of someone that might help them. So let's check it out. The powerful organization is actually 2 twin children from, you know, previous enemy. So these guys come, and Alex, it's now in the police, and he has to fight his way out of there with all the criminals and all the police. So he's surrounded by criminals. So this part here is a little bit more difficult not to get hit, because the guys were actually surrounding me. So no, they're not. And the front fire thing, it's always good to use because it will get you out of many trouble. So front fire. Curiously, I used to use it much more in the old games than in here. An apple. So this is it, guys. Thank you for watching. Streets of Rage 4. It's a really nice game. Check it out. Peace. Bye.